At the speed dating event, Emily was immediately drawn to Daniel's gentle charm and good looks. She took the initiative and asked, "How did you get here today?" Daniel, who was also quite taken with Emily, decided to test her and casually replied, "I came on my electric scooter." Feigning calm, she smiled and said, "I took the subway." Daniel smiled faintly and lowered his head to continue eating as an awkward silence settled over them. After dinner, Daniel politely offered to drive her home, but Emily quickly declined. "That's not necessary. I'm heading in the same direction anyway." They parted ways, each going their separate route. But fate wasn't done playing its game yet. Just a few minutes later, they ran into each other again in the underground parking lot next to the restaurant. Emily gracefully unlocked her brand new BMW X6, while Daniel unlocked his Audi A8 right beside her. They exchanged smiles, silently thinking, "So we were both pretending to be modest." But neither of them said anything. They simply drove off. On the drive home, Emily felt a bit regretful. Was I being too reserved? Daniel was also lost in thought. Maybe she's not as superficial as I thought. Later that evening, Daniel went to his usual high-end private spa for a massage to relax. To his surprise, the masseuse who entered was none other than Emily herself. Their eyes locked and electric tension filled the air. Daniel teased softly, "Seems like we really are destined to keep running into each other." Emily smiled lightly, "Looks like it." After the massage, Daniel invited her out for a late-night meal. As the conversation flowed, the atmosphere between them grew increasingly intimate. Later that night, in a hotel room, their passions overcame them, and they found comfort in each other's arms, as if they had finally found their soulmates. Daniel whispered in her ear, "From now on, as long as I'm here, no one will ever hurt you." Tears welled up in Emily's eyes as she nodded. "I believe you." But the real drama was only beginning. The next morning, Daniel woke up to find a bank card and a handwritten note left on the nightstand. "Thank you for your kindness. I have other obligations. Please don't contact me." Daniel was stunned. In a panic, he tried calling her, but her phone had already been switched off. Several days later, Daniel unexpectedly spotted Emily at a luxury car rental service. She was with a middle-aged man, signing rental contracts. The man had his arm wrapped around her waist, speaking in a doting tone, "Baby, don't skip tonight's party." Emily smiled sweetly. "Of course, Uncle Ben." Daniel stood silently in the corner, his heart twisting in pain. It all became clear. Emily was a professional dating agent, a high-end hostess, working for an escort agency. Everything, the charm, the romance, the perfect coincidence was all part of a carefully orchestrated trap set up by her and her financial backer. Just as Daniel was about to walk away, Emily suddenly caught sight of him. She froze, their eyes meeting again. In that moment, the air froze around them. There was a hint of regret in her eyes, and perhaps a secret pain she had never voiced. Daniel left heartbroken, unable to forget the warmth and sincerity of that night. Days passed, he couldn't sleep, his work fell apart. Eventually, he decided to uncover the full truth. Through connections, Daniel secretly investigated Emily's background. What he discovered was shocking. Emily's role as a high-end hostess was something she had been forced into. Years ago, her family had fallen into crushing debt. Her parents had borrowed heavily from underground loan sharks and were now being threatened. The middle-aged man, Ben, was the mastermind behind the operation. Emily, once a promising university dance major, was dragged into this sordid world out of desperation. Every client meeting, every speed date, every luxury rental was a means for her to repay the debt and protect her family. That night with Daniel had been one rare moment where her true emotions broke through her carefully maintained facade. Daniel's heart acted. He decided to save her. He secretly put a plan into motion. With the help of his legal team and financial experts, he worked to resolve her family's debt legally while also collecting evidence of Ben's criminal activities. Months later, Ben was arrested for illegal detention, money laundering, and violent debt collection. Emily was finally freed. 6 months later, on a chilly early winter evening, Emily received a mysterious invitation to the same restaurant where they had first met. Nervously, she arrived. In a private room filled with soft lights and fresh flowers, Daniel stood in a sharp tailored suit, waiting for her, the same tenderness in his eyes. Tears streamed down Emily's face. "Why did you save me?" Daniel gently took her hand. Because that night, your eyes didn't lie to me. I want to marry you. Let me be your home for the rest of your life. Emily burst into tears and fell into his arms. 1 year later, on their wedding day, a guest secretly uploaded footage of their lavish wedding, and the video went viral online. Professional hostess marries billionaire CEO. But facing public scrutiny and gossip, Daniel and Emily simply smiled. True love never needs anyone's approval. For interesting stories, please subscribe for more.